Hey everyone, sometimes the best way to tackle a really big idea like a simplified global language is to start small. I mean, really small, like with just one single word. So let's dive in.
So let me just throw this question at you right out of the gate. What if you could get by, and I mean really communicate, in English with a vocabulary that fits on a single piece of paper? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But it's not just a thought experiment. It's a real system, and it's called Basic English.
And this is the magic number right here, 850. The whole entire system is built on this core list of 850 words, and they were picked super carefully for how useful and powerful they are. Now, the goal was never to replace English, not at all. It was more about creating a tool for clear, simple, international communication, kind of like a stepping stone to help people connect across the globe.
Okay, so this is where we start to zoom in. Our source material points us right to this simple little fact: the word bright made the cut. But why? I mean, out of all the words in the English language, what makes a word like bright so special that it earned a spot in this pretty exclusive 850-word club?
Well, to answer that, we're going to do what you might call a deconstruction. We're going to break bright down, look at its sound, its different meanings, and how it connects to other words to really see what makes a core word tick.
First up, just the sound of it. Bright. It's just one syllable. Crisp and clean, it's pretty easy to say for people coming from a whole bunch of different language backgrounds. No tricky sounds to trip you up. So right away, you can see why it's a great pick for a global language. It's just accessible.
But where this word really shows its power is in its efficiency. See, bright isn't just one idea. Nope, it packs two really common, really important concepts into one simple little package.
So on one side, you have the literal meaning, right? Full of light, like the sun is very bright. Super fundamental concept. But then on the other side, you have this more metaphorical meaning, clever or intelligent, as in Tom is a bright child. This double duty thing it does is just incredibly efficient. You learn one word, but you get to talk about two totally different major ideas.
And what about the grammar? Well, it's about as clean and predictable as it gets. You've got bright, brighter, and brightest. No weird, irregular forms you have to memorize. And that kind of simplicity is absolutely key for any word on that basic English list. It has to be easy to actually use. But of course, no word is an island. To really get why bright is so valuable, you gotta look at the company it keeps, the other words it's similar to, and of course the words that mean the exact opposite.
So, when we use bright to talk about a mind, we're actually tapping into this whole family of related words, like intelligent, clever, and smart. In a way, bright acts like a gateway. You learn this one simple word, and it opens the door to this whole cluster of related ideas.
And the opposites, the antonyms, they line up perfectly with its two meanings, which is so clean. The opposite of a bright light is, of course, dark. And the opposite of a bright mind? Well, that would be dumb or stupid. That kind of one-to-one clarity is exactly what you're looking for when you're building a core vocabulary from scratch. All right, so let's zoom back out. We just spent all this time taking apart one single word. But why does any of this matter? Why does looking so closely at bright tell us anything important in the grand scheme of things? Because a word like bright is pretty much a masterpiece of linguistic efficiency. It's easy to say, it does double duty, covering a physical concept and an intellectual one. Its grammar is totally straightforward, and it serves as a key to unlock a bunch of other ideas. This is the blueprint. This is what makes a word powerful enough to build a language on.
And all of this leaves us with one last thought. The whole idea behind Basic English, this hunt for powerful simplicity, feels more relevant today than ever before, doesn't it? In a world that just feels like it's getting more and more complex, it really makes you wonder, what's the next big, complicated idea out there that's just waiting for a simple, bright solution to make it clear for everyone? Thanks for tuning in.